Hey everyone, today I'm at the park, and I finished watching the next Rangers SPD episode, Perspective. Grum has sent Crybots to rob a gold depository. Kruger sends the Rangers to stop them. That little light ball pops up too, and it goes unnoticed. The Rangers capture the alien leading the Crybots, and a security guard returns the gold to its proper place. At SPD headquarters, Kruger asks the Rangers each to tell him what happened. In Jack's telling of events, he's super cool and the others all respect him to a cartoonish degree. Sky tells his version next. The Rangers act pretty silly in his telling as well. Bridge goes next, and unlike the others, his memory has him acting just as goofy as everyone else. Also, he can't keep track of how many Crybots he took down, despite him protesting that part of the story when Jack and Sky told it. Z's telling is pretty much Jack and Sky's version, but with her as the coolest ranger everyone else looks up to. Sky, in this, just says her name over and over again. Sid gives her take, and it's pretty much the same as all the others, but with her being the cool ranger and everyone else being silly. Kat then comes in with security footage showing exactly what happened. Bridge trips as they come in, and later does lose count of the Crybots. And as it turns out, Sid's version of events was the closest. In the footage, the Rangers are overpowered by the Crybots when suddenly that little light ball takes out all the Crybots. The Rangers call the Zords to deal with the alien's robot, and we watch the whole thing. Jack asks Kruger what that little light ball was, but he doesn't know what it is. Kat says she's going to study it. The Rangers argue over their different tellings of the story. Bridge insists he doesn't count Crybots, even though that was the most consistent part of everyone's story, including his own. This episode is really close to being clever, but unfortunately I don't think it goes far enough with the Rangers' personalities. It's a Rashomon story where the same event is presented from varying perspectives. It doesn't really work very well here because all the Rangers experience pretty much the same thing. The only major change is who the coolest Ranger is. What I think would make this episode work better is if the Rangers give their telling of events and then the alien criminal is questioned and he gives his take, and then the security guard. That would be three wildly different perspectives rather than the five basically identical accounts from the Rangers. Bridge in particular was handled poorly. He doesn't see himself as weird or goofy, so I think his telling should have shown a reason for the things he does. Instead, he just kind of doofs around, and it's not presented any differently than the other Rangers seeing him as weird. The Rangers in general are just over-the-top cartoony here, but it doesn't come across as a joke. I don't know, maybe it is supposed to be a joke, and I just don't get it. The Megazord battle at the end makes it pretty clear that this episode was desperate to fill up some time. Finally, I don't even know why this premise is here at all. The Rangers caught the bad guy, the gold was returned. Why does Kruger bother asking what happened? He knows what happened. The Rangers succeeded in their mission. The light ball finally is noticed and acknowledged, but it doesn't really mean much at this point. This episode had potential to be very different and stand out, but unfortunately, it just can't help but feel hollow. Definitely the weakest SPD episode so far. So that's it for this one. Hope you enjoyed it. See ya.